Okay, hello everyone, I'm Dr. Patty Kurtz, and this is the How to Work Through This Course video, which is part of our Start Here module for this class. So you need to watch this video the whole way through because it tells you things like where stuff is in the course, what I expect you to do every week, what you can expect from me. Okay, and then there's other parts of the Start Here module besides this video, including a syllabus quiz and an introductory exercise that you need to do in order to get through that before you start the course. So it helps you figure out where things are, and hopefully if you ask questions, it'll be valid questions and not ones I've already answered. Okay, so how do you start? Where do you get going in this course? So the first thing is obviously work through this module, the Start Here module. Since you're here, obviously you're doing that, but don't stop with the video, keep going. The module asks you to look at the syllabus, to look at the course schedule, to do the syllabus quiz, to introduce yourself. Okay, definitely look at the syllabus, read it through. I know they all look the same. I know they're long, they have a lot of the same stuff in them. Read it anyway, get a sense of what I expect, what the assignments are going to be, you know, what kind of things that you need to do so that you know, okay? So don't just skip it and go, yeah, look at it, okay? The course schedule, it is linked in Blackboard in several places in the left menu. It has a link to itself titled Course Schedule, and then I put it under Handouts. It is a PDF file, so you may print it if you're one of those hard copy people. Read it, refer to it every week. It has readings, assignments, due dates, all you need to know to get through the course. It's essentially the course on paper, okay? And I've tried to make it clear where things go. I use a whole class discussion for the main discussion board and group discussion for the group discussion board. Look at that every week, okay? Stuff is on there, due dates are on there. Pay attention to it, please. It is important. Okay, so every week, what should you do? First thing you should do, check that course schedule. Okay, I know I'm saying this over and over and over, but it is important. Okay, so look at that. Tells you what modules are due that week that you got to work through, any readings or things you have to do in the textbook, and what writing and assignments you have to do. Check the announcements for that week. Every week I post at least one announcement where I recap the assignments that are due. Sometimes I post more than one, especially when we get close to the due dates. But check that because it recaps what's due. Read the module, please. I spend a lot of time recording these little mini lectures, including other videos and links, explaining what I want you to do. Don't just skip the module and look at the course schedule. Go through the module because I demonstrate various things I want you to do. A lot of times I'll demonstrate, say, an idea generating technique or a drafting strategy, or I'll explain something in your text that maybe you can't figure out just by looking at it. Look at the module, listen to my mini lecture, go through the different parts of it. I've tried to keep them short, I've tried to make them clear, I've tried to make them interesting and entertaining. But please, I mean, it's just like you would be in a face-to-face class, okay? You need to come to class, so just like you have to do that, you need to go through the module. Some weeks have 2 modules, but most of them just have 1. At the end of every module, there's an assignment recap. It's a list of what's due that week and where it goes. Please look at that, okay? Very often I get the sense that students don't read it. They skip that part, and then they're asking me, okay, what's due this week? Well, you know, look at the module first before you ask. If you don't understand, then ask. It doesn't have due dates on it. The due dates are on the calendar and on the course schedule. Okay, check the main discussion board. It's under discussions in the left menu. Usually every week I will post some sort of discussion starter asking you about things, about drafting, about coming up with ideas, about your feelings about writing poetry or fiction. And I expect you to respond. That's like we would have an in-class discussion. So check that every week. And check with your writing group. Since this is a summer course, there's going to be drafts due just about every week. Some weeks more than once, because I'm trying to cram 16 weeks worth of instruction into 8 weeks. So check there. Make sure that somebody hasn't posted a draft. Make sure you've responded to all the drafts that are there. Okay. So check your group discussion board as well. Okay. So now where do you find stuff, right? Sometimes students go, I don't know where to find things. Okay, so all the modules are in the left menu. They're listed by title. The title, I've tried to make it clear what's in it. The course schedule tells you which module you have to work through for each week, or if there's more than one. Okay, assignment sheets and any other handouts like your portfolio handout are under assignments/handouts in the left menu. Class discussions, what I call whole class discussions, are located under student tools, and then there's a link that just says discussions. At the very top of the discussion board, there is a raise your hand section. This is a place for you to just ask questions. Any question, no matter how silly it seems. If you're not sure, put it there. It's not a graded form. It's a place where you can just say, hey, Dr. Kurtz, I don't understand this. And it saves you having to email me, and especially if more than one person has the same question, they can look there and see, and I'll answer your question. If you notice somebody has asked a question and you know the answer, you can certainly jump in and answer it. Your group discussions can be found by clicking on writing groups in the left menu, and then there's a discussion board tool. If this is a really small class, we may be one big group, but I think I will still make a discussion group of us so that we can separate the draft postings from the discussions that we're doing. Okay, so what do I expect of you? This is a summer class, but I still think you should log in at least 3 times a week, probably more often, because like I said, this is 16 weeks crammed into 8. This is not a self-paced course. This is not a I do it when I feel like it. This is not I set my own deadlines. I pace this course and I give you due dates for the various assignments. I expect you to stick to those as much as you can. So check in 2, 3, 4 times a week, even if all you do is log in and look to see if there's anything new to respond to. When you check in, you should check the class discussion, the whole class discussion. See if there's a new post from me, to see if there's some responses from your classmates, if there's any questions. Check with your group several times a week. Make sure you post your drafts and comments on time. The due dates for those are on the schedule. If you post late, you're making it harder for your group members, even if it's the rest of us in class, to have time to respond. If you can't post on time for some reason, I know it's summer, people go out of town or whatever, email your group. There's a link in writing groups. When you click on writing groups, there's a link there that says email. Email your group and say, hey, I'm going to be late this week with my draft because my family went out of town or because I was sick or whatever. Don't just drop out of sight, okay? You should also comment on time. If you comment late, you're making it harder for your group members to process your feedback and revise, which is the whole point of doing this, right? Let me know if you have questions, concerns, or need extra time to meet a deadline. Has to be a valid reason. Can't be, oh my, I forgot I enrolled in this course and now it's week 5. But if you have to go out of town, I know 4th of July shows up in the middle of the summer, so, yeah, my family had a big outing plan. If you have a good reason, I'll gladly give you extra time. Also, I expect proper netiquette at all times. What does this mean? Basically, treat other people the way you want to be treated. Since you're going to be commenting on their writing, be polite, be encouraging, be constructive. It's okay to criticize, but do it in a way that's helpful. So instead of saying, man, your poem stinks, say, I'm not totally sure I get what you mean. Can you think of a different way to say it? Maybe if you put it this way. So constructive criticism. I don't want you to say, oh, it's good, and just go away. But I also don't want you to hurt anybody's feelings, because our writing is very personal to us. And you need to remember there's a person behind every one of those names and every one of those drafts. So treat them the way you want to be treated. Give them the kind of thoughtful feedback you expect. Okay, lastly, what do you expect from me? Okay, what can you expect from me? I will check into the course at least once a day, pretty much every weekday. Like you, I like my weekends, so I will not be in the course on Saturday and Sunday. So just kind of be aware of that. So if you're emailing me, I usually respond within 48 hours or late, much sooner than that, not later, sooner. But if you email me late on a Friday evening, it'll probably be Monday because of that weekend thing, right? We all like a work-life balance. but I will respond to emails during the week as quickly as I can. I will never alter the course assignments or add a surprise quiz or test. I'm not the kind of person that goes, oh, guess what? Here's a pop quiz and it's worth 50% of your grade. That's not fair. So I won't do that. If I have to make changes to the course, and I try not to, I will make them in advance and I will let you know in writing. And they're usually changes that involve getting rid of something or giving you extra time. Okay, so I will never suddenly spring something on you that's not already in the course. I'm always willing to answer questions or explain things. Very often I think I've explained something extremely clearly and discovered that I haven't. So don't hesitate to ask. And sometimes students, I think, are afraid of feeling stupid if they ask a question. Don't, right? I'm never going to say, oh, that's a dumb question, right? They always say the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So ask, right? It's better to get clarification and know you're doing it right than it is to just kind of go, well, I'll just figure it out on my own and then discover that you've spent 2 or 3 weeks doing something wrong. Okay, so that's it for this video. From here, move on through the Start Here module. Don't forget to do the introductory activity so we all get to know each other, and take that syllabus quiz. And then remember, every week, check the course schedule, go through the modules. And I love teaching this course. I love teaching creative writing, so hopefully we will have a fun class this summer.